YouTube.
It's alright, it's okay. Doesn't really matter if you're old and gray. It's alright, I say it's okay. Listen to what I say. It's alright, doing fine.
Rob Smith here. It's January 12th, 2025. I'm here, and you might be too. Check your pulse. Make sure everything's lined up here. Oh, that still ain't it. But I thank everybody who's been subscribing. I can't see it. Well, I have to always see it. How do you pull this out? No, I ain't doing it either. There we go. Oh, I don't have anything up here. I just grabbed this. It was sitting there. Hey, Rob Smith here. Oh, I'm still got my voice. I still have sound up. Let me turn the sound down. How y'all? Get this one right here. I'm gonna move that over there. I'm looking at multiple screens. Let me do a quick refresh right. Kick this out. Whoops. Get rid of that. Blank. I'm waiting for a package from Amazon so I can keep packing. It's not coming in yet. It was supposed to be here yesterday or day before. Now today by 10. It's 8:03. No package. Whatever happened to it. And I'll just check in and see. Nobody answered the Hobbit to Be post on Facebook. Oh boy, I just noticed something here I didn't know about. Get rid of that. And it looks like nobody answered on Instagram. I'm looking over. I'm a Blue Sky, by the way. Would irritate folks. Well, folks liked it, but nobody gave an answer. People like the Almonda aliens. This magazine I picked up in College Park, Orlando. Hello, Amanda McManus. How's your day? Go well, so I suppose. Been packing stuff, and this is something. I actually bought this. I think I may have bought this new 60 cents in College Park in Orlando, and I still have it. And I've had this for over 50 years. And by Sinister Stanley, and I guarantee you, Stanley probably had next to nothing to do with this except saying I want my name here. That he probably did. Okay, no response on Instagram. No response on YouTube. Oh no, this thing didn't go out yet. Damn it, there's this weird thing with Fine Art America when I'm posting stuff. They don't allow any kind of punctuation. They're training everybody to be idiots. So I'm now submitting that I'm doing a live on Fine Art America. Fine Art America has a blog, and I've been adding to it regularly since my Facebook pages were all hacked. That's just a side note. Nothing from Twitter either. Nope. All right. Well, then I'm here. Well, what do you say? I'm in high school now. Oh, okay. Good for you. You're in high school right this moment. Sundays. What kind of high school is that? No, good for you. This is my question was, and I'll put that to you, Amanda, or anyone else who happens to be tuning in. This is bath month. So I was asking, what kind of, do people like bubble baths, or do they like, there's milk baths, there's showers, there's rain showers, there's hurricanes. What do you like most? Anyway, But this oh, it's all I've got this all bagged and ready. I'm going to put this. This is actually going to go into personal items because I don't have a lot like this from when I was really little. But I have this. I don't recall how I don't remember why I would have bought this because I didn't really care much for monster things except I did do monster drawings when I was in elementary school. And this would have been in elementary school. I picked this up, so I guess that's. And my mother let me, or I had to have gotten the money somehow. Probably knocked off a gum machine. I don't know. No, I didn't do that. Anyway, but that's Monster Madness. I just thought that I realized I didn't have anything set up here. All right, so what am I doing? Hurricanes. Okay, let's see here. How about name an animal, any animal? I forget where you are. Did you say? Did you stay where you were? I forget where you are. Amanda McManus. A deer. A female deer. Hmm. I hope this works. I gotta try to stop drawing everything 3/4 view as I. Yesterday I didn't do a lot of 3/4 view because I've caught myself, but here I am starting because I'm trying to think of what I'm doing. I'm not sure exactly how this is gonna work. Let's find out. Yeah, I don't think I'd be doing. I certainly wouldn't be drawing like this if I was in high school now because everything's just so angry. Everybody's angry about everything. I don't understand it. I'm gonna make this. I'm making this a very young deer just to kind of see if I can. Of course, I've born and raised in hurricane, so it's like that's just another. It's part of life in Florida. Find funny all these fools who move down here and get all upset there's a hurricane coming. Well, what the hell did you expect? But that is Florida. Need I say more? I'm going to put this deer in a raincoat. You have questions. So do I. What is the square root of 157,000? No cheating. No, don't look it up. Don't count your fingers off the top of your head now. What's your bye? You're going away. You have to go. My best drawing. I don't know. I've been doing this a long time. I've done a lot of drawings. In fact, packing right now. I'm finding a lot of work I did decades ago, and I completely forgot I did it. I used to do a lot of little comic books when I was her age, Amanda McManus. Well, before that and after that. Funny I do so little these days. But the world doesn't want what I draw. Again, everybody wants everything angry, not me. I would say those are my favorite things I did. Stories. I've been proud of some of my Florida history work, and I hope to keep doing it. But I seem to keep getting interrupted by life. See, it's easier for someone like McManus to do that right now at her age. She can't realize it. She's too young. Her parents probably tell her this all the time, and she has no idea. But it's a lot easier to pull this stuff off now than to do it when you get older. Oh, there's Dolphin. Hello there. Oh, I've got. I was showing Ron, who was cleaning the place earlier, some of the things that I think I told you. I've got this Minnie and Mickey Mouse color forms set. I was showing Ron it, and he said, "Wow, that would bring a bunch of money." I said, "Yep," but I talked to my sister, and it's staying. I just got to make. I have to make room in the storage room for stuff my sister wants. Of course, she's not anywhere near here, so I've got to try to see what I can do. But it is looking like I'm going to probably pop some books your way. Actually, what I do with it? Oh, what's that doing there? Hold on, I'll have a cave in. I can't really show it. Ugh. Well, I think I showed you this before. I love to sell this, and it just doesn't go for a whole lot. I think because people just don't know who Hirschfeld is anymore. I looked up, it said $20 or something. I couldn't believe it. I'm keeping it in plastic and putting it somewhere safe, but that's not it. I've got I can't get at them, but I've got a collection of. By the way, if you see stuff I'm passing on to you to sell on eBay and you want to keep it, go right ahead. You don't have to sell it. But it's a collection of Charles Adams. And I've got a collection of Winsor McCay. And anyway, I looked up a few of those. I think you can maybe see what I'm looking up on eBay. So you can kind of see what I'm finding. I've got, I have that handy here. I think I do. Here we go. I've got this. This I'm not selling. And I'm surprised it's selling for, it's got torn cover. 101 Elephant Jokes. And it was William Hogarth. Oh, I've got notes all through it. I had this when I was young. And it's got, what's the difference between a plum and an elephant? Their color. So you should know this stuff. This is all stand-up stuff, If you want to get fired doing stand-up. The other one I put away, it's in my personal stuff. It's 101 Pickle Jokes. It was illustrated by my friend Don Orheck, who's died. And I got Don to autograph it. How are you doing? You could possibly just drop stuff off to who's her? Amanda McManus? I don't even know where Amanda McManus. You really try saying that 5 times fast. I actually have a huge collection of these. All except for this and maybe one other. Well, this one I bought out of Scholastic back when they were a decent company. This is 60 years old. I bought this in elementary school. Was it 60? No, it's not 60. I didn't buy it newborn. It was from 1973. Well, here, it's got a date in it. Why don't I look up the date? But I've carried it around. That's 64, but that's not. I bought it in 74, probably 73, 74. 50 cents from Scholastic. It was from the Scholastic book. I don't know if they came around when your mother was in school or not, but they did when I was in school, and that's one. I got 101 Pickle Jokes from there too. Another one I picked up. I can't remember if I got this at Scholastic. Funnier than the first one. This is a joke book of Sonny Fox. I bought this when I was in elementary school too. But I don't know if it was. This wasn't Scholastic though. I don't know where I bought this. It could have been from the Brewood bookstore. That's very, very possible, now that I think about it. 72. Sonny Fox was a stand-up comedian. He also wrote jokes, and there's a whole bunch of them. And a whole bunch of cartoons in here, too. Gag cartoons. But that is a personal thing I'm keeping. Here's another collection here. Ghosts, Monsters, and Witches. What's funny is the cover is done by a fellow named Engelman. And I learned, because I was Florida chapter chair of the National Cartoonist Society, that Engelman was living in Ocala. So I called him. And we talked on the phone a number of times. He wasn't more than 3 miles from my house. I never got to his house, and he died. And I just hate it. He couldn't leave. He couldn't join any of our cartoonist things. This is a collection of all kinds of cartoon, not just Engelman. Engelman's on the cover. But it's all kind of gag cartoons involving ghosts, monsters, and witches. And I got this when I was in elementary school. I think there's a Don Orheck in here, at least one. But Engelman was a big gag cartoonist. He did a ton of work, and so I wish I'd had him sign this, and I didn't even know where it was. I think at the time when I was talking to him, but Fur was good. Yeah, oh, yeah. Well, they were just expensive. That was the problem I had because we were poor. So make this a little young deer. This is Bath month. I was hoping folks would respond to those questions. I need to figure out how to do that. Get people to respond to those better. I'll make sure I watch what I'm doing here. Oh, Ron said he'd help us if we needed help, but I think I'm going to hold off getting his help till I need to move the big stuff here, which should be later next week. Put the little tail out here, I think. But it said it was Earl Engelman, and I talked to him and his wife, and they were living in a mobile home of sorts in Ocala. Sorry, I never got to him though. I said life has not been all that quiet for me. Oh, these pens I'm using, I noticed on Amazon soared in price for some reason. I don't know if they went up over at Jet Pens or not, but they sure went up on Amazon. Went up $4, I think. Caroline, from where are you in the UK, Caroline? Oh, Caroline, are you the one who was on Blue Sky? Was that it? Where are you? Are you in Peckham, or possibly you're in Sun Hill? And if you may know, you may be too young to know what I'm talking about, or you may know. Gotta watch for those. Gotta watch for those officers in Sun Hill, Hollis especially. Oh, you're in Scotland. Okay. Well, then we'll just talk about Take the High Road and Mrs. Mack. But you may be too young to know that too. Great soap opera. Which what really I don't consider it a soap opera. Or it was Take the High Road, then it became High in the early '90s became the High Road, or mid '90s became High Road, and then it stopped around the same time that the Bill did. You remember it? I love Mrs. Mack. I think she's hilarious. You. Great program. Great writing in that thing. I don't really like all the love story stuff, but I love it when Mrs. Mack and and Dougal and all the just the interaction of those characters were just great. And you can see if anyone's interested. I think Take the High Road has a Facebook page, and you can actually tune into. You can run the entire series on Facebook. It started in, I believe, '84. Well, it started the same time as the Bill did, around the same year. It's funny. Not one has nothing to do with the other. It couldn't be more different, actually. I mean, I guess there are some similarities. Good characters. Let's put it that way. And both stopped around the same time, and both did the same stupid thing. They thought they'd update it, and that was a dumb thing to do because people didn't want to see the updates, and it cost them dearly. Both programs. I'm sorry, I lost Dolphin here. Those are television programs. Well, the Bill is in. It takes place in London. Take the High Road takes place in Glendark in Scotland, a fictional town. Those kind of based on, what is it, starts with an L. I forget what it's called. It's a soap. It was a soap opera, and there are a bunch of Scottish programming, but that one I thought was really good. It's so much work, so many decades. Basically both. Well, I think Take the High Road dropped off around 94, 95, 93, 94. The Bill dropped off around 97, 98. That's where they went too far. DEI, I guess you'd say, got really took over. When they got rid of Reverend McPherson, that was, well, they kind of had, he actually lived, I think, another 7 years or so after. Lust. Yes, something like, yes. Yeah, I don't know. Don't ask me. Oh, okay. Loch Lomond. Yeah, we in Florida. There's a lot of places named Loch. A whole bunch of developments called Loch Lomond or Loch something. Loch Lusa is not far from Ocala. A dear friend who lived off Loch Lusa. A lot of people have no idea that where the origins of that name. Anyway, so Amanda, who was here earlier, I asked her favorite type of bath, and I mentioned because this is Bath Month. Happy Bath Month, and but believe it or not, we get as much rain as Scotland, and the whole UK does actually. We get as much rain, if not more, here in Florida. And I mentioned showers or hurricanes, and Amanda went with hurricanes. So we're certainly used to those. Now, yeah, River Dolphin may not know this, but they actually the UK gets their own version of hurricanes. Sometimes they're in the form of snow. Scotland specifically tends to be hit hard by it. So this is a whoops, pressing a little harder. Sorry. You visit Daytona Beach. Well, yeah, but it's the production. That's what happened with the Bill too. They thought they'd upgrade, so-called upgrade. What they did was they made everything darker, made everything hard to see. The language got not so nice, and I don't know if that's not getting better. You're cheating. It's simple garbage to just write people saying nasty things. It's hard to like the typewriting they did with Mary Mack and what was her pal who was the clerk for the church. Great, his first name was Robert. Now I think about it, Robert. And Mary Mack died 3 years ago. Believe it or not. Actually, a good deal of that cast is still alive. The store owner, whose name I can't think of right now, she's still alive. She's in her upper 80s. Yes, Scottish people tend to live a while. We Americans eat ourselves to death. They've got really heavy calorie, over in just throughout the UK, but it's healthier than what we eat here. They've got tunics and so much. Just porridge alone is so good for you. Can't give you a few pounds, but it's good for you. Does that look like a storm? I hope. I need to get that out there a little bit more. Yeah, this is really interesting watching me scratch this. I could get a 4-year-old to do this. Well, it's actually somewhat the other way around. As I point out, Kinder eggs are illegal here. The way that they're done in the all throughout Europe, That's why when Kinder came here, they had to turn them into, they couldn't have a whole egg. They had to do a half egg. And it was all had to do with the chocolate company saying, we don't want those guys here. So Hershey and Mars and all fought Kinder from really coming into the market, and Kinder Eggs was specifically that. So that, but Kinder Eggs reformatted just to get into the U.S. market, and so they're here. They're not, the toys, in my opinion, are not as good. The chocolate's basically the same, and it's better for you. It's not as heavy duty as the deadly stuff we get here in the U.S. It's like typical German chocolates. They're lightweight. That's why I tell folks, if you're gonna get chocolate, go to Aldi. Get chocolates that are not bad for you. Now, what else am I gonna draw here? Yes. True. About the fast food, and that was what was neat. Going back to take the high road. Dougal's mother was. It's funny because that's so unlike today. Dougal's mother was always making meals for everybody, for Infodaric and can't think of her name, tall lady. But she was always making meals and sitting them down, feed them all the time, constantly, because the kitchen was a living room. It was all, so basically it was taking it, putting it in the little transition from the kitchen to living room, which was a table, basically the dining area, but was all measured the same. Today, it's funny how the kitchen is so separate from everything, as if everybody has a diner in their house. Why is that? All right, so hold on, I didn't sign this. All right, since Caroline's here, Caroline, who is your favorite critter? Yes, we should have. That's why I pushed so hard to get people to. Who's your favorite critter, Caroline? And it was Amanda's favorite was a deer, which is why that's that. Your favorite critter. Could be a cat, a dog. Could be the Loch Ness Monster. Could be other than a deer, preferably. It could be a bear. Who's your favorite critter? Oh, okay. What is this? I've got something on here. Oh, okay. Well, all right. Let's see how I can pull this off. Oh, okay. Then I want to do it. No, I'm gonna. Yeah, I don't. I'm a kitty person, and it's funny how I don't draw a lot of. I've recently not been drawing as many kitties for some reason. By the way, Dennis, River, Dolphin, Jim's got dogs, 2 big dogs. So I've got to try everything I do involving whatever I try to get ready for y'all. I'm gonna have to try to do at the storage area, not at, because there's just too many. Just afraid something's gonna happen to stuff. Not sure if I can protect stuff. Let's see here. Let's see. It used to be we'd have fast food here in the U.S., and it really wasn't all that bad for you. Well, early on there was a place, especially some of our Jewish delis, like down in Miami, it was a place called Wolfie's. In Orlando, there was Ronnie's. And but anyway, there were various delis like that, and they were really healthy. I was talking to you about 2Js, which actually started in Miami, but it's back to doing basically a lot of processed stuff. And it's supposed to be deli-ish, but it really isn't. I just read a book by the way, if you want to read new books and not have to pay for them, and if you'd like to write, there's NetGalley. And back in November, I selected a few books, and one takes place in Scotland. And I started. When I read it, it's supposed to be a Christmas tale. It turns out the writer is in Florida, of all places. Let's see if I can pull this off. It just did not read right at all as being. I guess she's visited there a few times. It's like people try to write about Florida and haven't been here. And I remember when I first bought the X-Men when I was a youngster back in the late 70s, and they had some Scottish characters, Maura McTaggart and I forget the guy's name. And they kept using things like Danae, just like about 4 words that written in their view of Scottish brogue. And what they that's exactly what this lady did. She only wrote a few words, and everything else was written as if they just came out of California or like Daytona Beach. That's irritating. Just like irritating reading folks trying to write Florida don't know the place. Just thinking of a diner. I should have cooking biscuits or something. We have a store here called Publix. Publix used to get meals, and they made them right there in Publix. And now that a lot of that stuff comes in big giant plastic bags. It's still good, but it's not healthy like it used to be. You're not sure where those bags came from. See if I can pull this off. What I like, if you can't tell, Caroline, what I like to do is just have conversation, sharing stuff, and then I just kind of work off of that and make the stuff up as I go. That's the fun for me, is thinking this stuff out. I don't care about drawing, really. I just happen to do that. I was talking to my friend Jim Fern, who I'll be soon living. He's renting a place out from him. I'm going to see if Jim can be I don't know if he's going to do it. It might be a co-host like Alex was a year ago. I was in North Carolina, my step grandson. There's that. Oh, Amanda's back. Oh, here's how this Deer in the Hurricane. That's how that turned out. I really need a little stronger lines here, I admit. A little stronger lines. Yeah, right. Oh, that's all too confusing. Contrast, contrast, contrast. Contrast, contrast, contrast. I should be using one of those thick brushes. Let me just get that. See how that pops all that out. Ooh. I hope to be doing some sort of a live tomorrow. I think I was saying that to Dolphin when I speaking to him on the phone yesterday. I hope to do a live but that'll be on my Swampy's Florida page, and I really intend to increase that. But we'll see. I've had a lot of intentions there. Things always seem to get in the way. But that will be with Laura Lee Thompson at Dixie Crossroads. She may not want to do it too. There's that. What I'm thinking I might do is I might actually talk to her, ask her to tell me a story of her being a fellow native here in Florida, and I'll draw something while she's talking. I hope to do something like that with our friend Melissa too. Oh, thank you, Caroline. Well, again, can you add a mouse as Charlie brought in a dead one earlier? And now it's sorry, I'm reading a book by I'm reading a Western right now. I've been reading books like crazy. Anyway, they just hunted 2 deer. So I'm imagining Charlie coming in with a mouse over his shoulder. I don't know who Charlie is. Let me put it that way. He's carrying a shotgun in one hand and a little mouse. He's holding the tail of a mouse. Well, maybe I should be drawing this instead of talking about it. There's a good idea. Anyway, so there's. I'll post this, Amanda, once I scan it in. I did so many drawings yesterday while I was here. Oops, sorry. So this is a kitty who's a short order cook. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm following out. Oh, is Charlie one of your cats? Good kitties who bring prizes, awards, if you will. Oh, also, Dolphin, I hope to get back to getting some of these things watercolored. We'll see. I figure my whole thing's going to change for at least the time I'm still here, and I may. Who knows how long I'll be here? When I'm after I move. I don't know. I like to hope I can skip out, but I may not be able to. I was just curious if I could draw this when it came to mind. Oh, okay, that is a kitty. Okay, I wasn't sure who Charlie was. I don't know if that was your husband bringing in a mouse over his shoulder and he. Funny idea. Yeah, I went out hunting today and got myself a 6-ounce mouse. I don't know what the weight of mice are. Next time I find one, I'm going to have to get them over to Publix and get them weighed. That mouse. Sorry, I'm back to Publix is a grocery store in Florida, I should say, and they are known for having scales. I mean scales that you weigh yourself, not scales like a dragon might have. But they do sell fish, and they have scales. Now I'm just thinking short order cook here, or waiter, I guess, carrying. Yes, my goal is 150 books again this year. I've got 3 under my. Oops, let's see if I can. Again, I'm not getting some of these darker things. I need to get a little darker here. Oh, that's right. Yes. Well, that was such a significance of the bill. No one had a gun, and if they wanted to get a gun, they had to sign out for it. Well, they did. Well, that was the problem. That what was the name of the other character? Robert. What's his name? Not McDonough. What? No. It's the name of the clerk that was with Robert. Take the high road. I also found it funny they took a perfectly good program and Robert Trotter. That was it. And what was his character name? I'm trying to see. Oh, here we go. There we go. Where is... I can't remember his name. Robert... I'm going to play a silly game. Hold on. Dougal Lachlan. Isabel Blair. Eileen McCollum. She was there to the very end. Oh, it was the last program, 1936. So so she's getting close to knocking on the door of 90. Oh, Fiona Cunningham, which I thought was a weird character. And such great, Paul Kermack, who played Archie Menzies, because they pronounced it differently, not Menzies, but something else. Great character. Oh, Mr. Murdoch, of course, and you never knew his first name. Always Mr. Murdoch. Whereas Mary Mack came out because she was there were kind of 2 versions of her. Now, sorry, I've lost my live here. Whoops, let me go back. Where is that? I don't. You go away. Where's the live go? Okay, let me come back to the live. It's here, right? No, hold on a second. Oh, there we go. It's right. There we are. Oh, right here. Oh, yeah, I'm not good on mail. Which one? The kitty? Yeah, I'll give it to you. The thing is getting it to you. That's something I'm not. Yeah, it was brilliant writing. If you saw because she basically, the other lady was, there was a lady before her in the early part of the series, and she was really snippy. She was really hard-nosed, and they replaced her basically with Mary Mack, who was still snippy but funny snippy. Gwyneth Guthrie was her name. She died 3 years ago. She was really good. Is Dolphin still here? Did Dolphin split the scenery? I think Dolphin may have left. I'm sorry, I'm talking more than I'm drawing. Let me try to. Yesterday I was drawing more. Oh, you think would you all maybe give me a hand if about mailing something like this? Because I'll never mail it in a billion years. I've had such horrible times with the postal service, and I have a horrible history of things getting lost. Other people mail things, and it's like my advice. I give very good advice, but if I take it, I fail. If others take it, they seem to become multimillionaires. This is 9 by 12, pretty small. Kitties. Yes. What about mailing? Oh, no, it's not. I mean, I could be mailing across the street. I've had horrible time with it, and I typically don't mail anything. And I can give you the envelopes, I think, and everything for it. But if I guess so. What's happened? I've had so much failure doing it that I get so wrapped up about, oh, do I have this right, and that right, and that right, and I don't get any of it right. Why's my light off? There we go. That's better. It's like I'm like a TV show in the 2000s. It's so dark. Also, I'm in the process of moving here next few weeks. I don't want to make. I've got some projects I've got to get done, and I'm doing a couple of events coming up too. Okay, just as me mailed to Scotland, by the way. I would, but I'd have trouble mailing it anywhere. I just get so. And I don't know how much. You all, oh, you don't do international. Did you have someone wanting to buy something international shipping and that fell apart? Is that right? Hold it. I know what I want to do with the mouse. Yeah, fun to me is just making this stuff up as I draw. That's. Oh, they ship internationally. I see. Oh, thank you, Caroline. Oh, were you on here yesterday? I don't remember that. I don't remember Caroline. And this is new. All these lives I used to do over Facebook until I was hacked. All lost all my pages and all thousands of friends. So now I only have a couple hundred, and it just makes sense to do it on YouTube. So I have, which maybe I should be anyway. Yeah, Dolphin's never seen this when I did it on Facebook. Yeah, nobody's here that was there. Oh, that's right, 6 hours. That's true. I tend to tune in too much over in the UK, if that's not obvious. One is Serenade Radio. There's a program on there with a fellow by the name of Mark Stein, and I like tuning into that, but I have to account for the time difference. This cook's not doing a good job. He's losing all the food while he's walking. I think we've lost Al. Remember, Allison Stinius used to join us. I think since I stopped, I did so many of these in a row, and now I'm kind of only doing it Saturdays and Sundays. I guess something Dolphin and I know myself is I need to be doing these maybe a little more frequently. Where when I reset up in the new location, I'm not sure how all that's going to work yet, so I gotta think it'll be okay, but you know, I don't want to get there. It's a online. It's a international station. Well, there's an Irish radio station too that I've tuned into, and I tune into some news from the UK. And of course, I know a lot of British programming. La 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 la. I was just running a series with Steph, a really great actor, really in a sense comedian, Stephanie Cole, that she did in the late '90s. It was not a good series. She was a bad pick for that. She's really good, but not in that series. Well, there you go. How's that? How's that look? Of course, I need to look at the screen because that's when I can see it better. Yeah, that's all right. He doesn't really have a good hold on that. I should have indented his fingers a little bit. Oh, something else. I don't have the tail. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, yeah. What 15th series? And this is going to be the last, apparently. I've not watched it. No, I really don't care for series that are post 1990 or so. To tune into stuff that's older, just because I just don't like all the mess that they add to it these days. Which is what I didn't like what happened to the bill and to Take the High Road. And to, well, I loved that when when Open All Hours was redone here a few years ago with David Jason. It didn't have all. In fact, Stephanie Cole was part of both the first series in the '70s and the second series here a few years ago. But it didn't have all the mess in it, and I think that's David Jason. Even though he actually agrees with a lot of the mess, it wasn't in the series. I was very glad to see that. And it was also neat that Roy Clark, which is a different Clark than we have our own Florida Roy Clark, our U.S. Roy Clark, banjo picker, brilliant. I've watched him live. Oh, he's amazing. But then there is the U.K. Roy Clark, great, brilliant writer who brought so much great programming to the U.S. to the U.K. Yeah, Jason is another guy who's still with us. Thank God. Wow. It doesn't seem like whether it be a touch of frost, open all hours, only fools and horses. It just doesn't seem to matter. And he did what he's a huge fan of the science. I don't like science fiction. It's fun to draw, drawing, things, but I don't. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze again. Sorry. Excuse me. Moving as I'm opening up old boxes and going through old stuff and kicking up a lot of dust. Ron, who was here, said he's definitely he's gonna be cleaning this place up after I leave, and he's got a lot of dust to deal with. Make sure I put the date on 12. Yes, Z cars. Oh, and I don't know what this is. Oh, I was talking about caricature here. Because that's Bob Hope and Bing Crosby. I was talking about how to draw heads. Must have been during one of the lives a year or two ago. Now it looks like Bunny Binks also looks a bit like our friend Ms. Busby. I don't know what that is. It's like Jeff Bacon, which is a cartoonist friend of mine. Ah, Dixon, yeah, Dictionary of Doc Reed. Dictionary of Doc Reed. Sorry, I've got so yeah. Dennis, when back when Dolphin and Hope were here. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. Um, a Dixon of Dock Green, River Dolphin, was a long time TV UK TV series, police series. Actually, it predated. It basically went as it ended just a few years later. Well, you had the Sweeney kind of in between, which kind of altered everything, and then here comes the Bill, and there was a whole bunch of other police procedurals. But Dixon of Dock Green was. There he is. Golly, I'm all stuffed. But yes, I was going to say, Dolphin, if you guys came over here now, this place is pretty dusty. There he is. I can't think of his name. What the heck is it? I'll do a quick little drawing. I did, yeah, I drew my friend Jack Warner. There he is. Yeah, Dixon of Dock Green. Dictionary. That's funny. I think that's just funny. Okay, I've got to go. We'll do another little caricature-y thing. Now, I don't know. I think Amanda left us, but she'd be really lost in all what we're talking about because she's in high school. But learning UK television history. I've never tried drawing Jack Warner before. It's like drawing Harker, another one of that ilk. Yeah, this is back when, and Dolphin will like this. This is back when police officers were shown as the heroes that they are. That they did really good things, and they helped. Today, that's what happened with the bill. The bill went from police officers who went to help people to basically everybody being crooked. It was following the narrative that all police officers are evil and going to kill us all. The last few years, the only person who seemed to really fight all that was Simon Rouse, who played. Hold on, I'm having problems with this hat. I've actually drawn. Well, I did some project where I had to draw this hat, the Bobby hat, which they don't wear anymore. Yeah, now, right now, for anyone wondering, I am using reference. All those other drawings, I'm just making up. I'm using some reference. Oh, I didn't draw that tall enough, did I? It really should be still another few inches tall and a little bit wider. And this is Jack Warner and Dixon of Dock Green. It was much like David Jason in Touch of Frost. Frankly, Warner was far too old to be in the position he was in. And I'm glad, that's why Jason dumped out of Touch of Frost, was because he said, "Look, I'm too old for this." I'm friends with one of the little parts, the ladies who had one of the parts in that series, but I've actually kind of lost touch with her. For heaven's sakes, because I'm not seeing her post as much, I'm forgetting her name. Dang it. Just thinking I can't think of her name. Oh my gosh. Jan Graveson. Jan Graveson. She was a short lady back then. And Jan Graveson. And she's now in India and teaching dance and things. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at chat. Yes, I know. Him with is always, yeah. Yeah, and I think that's because we've let the media tell us that. And well, I worked in government. I worked in city government, and I know we had great officers. But while I was there, and the media turned on the officers, I noticed the officers changing too. So one feeds off the other. Yeah, that's why really, Dolphin. I know Dolphin's. Well, is a youngster to me of sorts, being in his 30s. But I think it's worth looking up these programs to see how we once were very respectful. That's maybe not a great drawing of Warner, but I'm not using pencils. I'm drawing this off the top. Also, don't have a great photos I'm working from. Yeah, I don't have that hat on right. Shame on me. But it's watching programming like this to see where officers. Now, the Sweeney, the fellow who if you don't, Caroline wasn't here when I started out. I started off with the theme from New Tricks, by the way, with Dennis Waterman. And Dennis Waterman was in Sweeney with James Thaw. And the Sweeney was a turning point, like Hill Street Blues was here in the U.S. Turning point of showing officers not quite straight up and things. There was maybe some bad stuff going on, and that's kind of set the tone for what we later were seeing. But the Sweeney was in the 70s, and the Bill came after the Sweeney, and the Bill was not with the same fervor as the Sweeney at all. Here, I'm going to draw this because I'm getting close to 9 here. Yeah, mostly you saw Warner behind a desk at Dixon and Doc Green. But it's neat to watch that programming, and a lot of that is on YouTube, Dolphin, if you watch stuff. And I don't tend to watch anything. I tend to, I've got a project still to get done to turn in tomorrow. I'm not done with it yet. Wanted to, but things ran. The Ron, who was here earlier, came later and kind of messed up my schedule. Yeah, Sweeney was hard. Yeah, well, 5 feet tall. Good for you. Well, yeah, Jan Grayson, I think, is about 5 feet tall. Yeah, Sweeney was rough stuff, but it was very different. And I don't know if the stories were all that good. It was okay. It was not nowhere near as good as The Bill, in my opinion. And I think John Thaw and Waterman and what was the name of the guy who played the police commissioner? Garfield, something. I think they did a really good job. But it was rough stuff. See, the Bill kind of did that with Chris Ellison as Burnside, but still that was lighter stuff compared to what the Sweeney had. It was funny. They took a great character like Frank Burnside, tried to do it. They took him out of the Bill and did his own series. It lasted 3 episodes, I think, because they decided to DEI it, and just you can't do that when you got something that's that successful. You don't go and change the character and everybody around him. You gotta keep that stuff like it was. That's why he was so popular. It's a boring program, frankly. I've only seen 1 episode of it. Oh, here we go with the same foot I'm about to draw, I realize. Sorry, I draw this foot a lot. Here, I'll show them. But that's how I get through things, Dolphin, is running these older programs where I don't have to deal with it, see all the garbage that they put in it today. And I don't run new stuff. Actually, this is what I'm drawing here. It's kind of, I don't think there's ever a scene in Dixon and Doc Green where he was chasing people with a nightstick. Yeah, I've got, I don't have as many UK followers with a new Facebook page, but my friend Evie Rose, she's over, she and her husband are down in Doc Martin territory, actually. That's where they live. But she would certainly, she'd actually love to be a part of this conversation because she's so frustrated with television. I don't know if her husband feels the same way. I'm guessing he does, but I know she does. How about that? Yeah, that's true. So I'm just reading some of these things on here at 9:02 p.m. All right, well, I just did a whole bunch of drawings. I did this on the back of a, but pulling some blank paper just because it's easier. What's the other drawings I did? I think I did some other drawings. Didn't I? Oh, they're way over here. How'd that happen? They flew away. All right, so we've got Jack Warner, Dixon of Doc Green. And by the way, that ran from 1955 to 1976. 1976. It's funny how I think Sweeney was only 3 years, 3 seasons. That's it. And yet it carries so long. So many things, and a Dolphin may be surprised to look at this, but if you go back and look at Gilligan's Island and Beverly Hillbillies, they really weren't on that long. Well, Beverly Hillbillies was on a bit longer. But a lot of the popular programming, we're on 3 to 5 years. That's it. Yeah, it is. And what's sad is I've got family folk up in North Carolina, and they are suffering mightily. Not family of mine, but folks west of there are still not out of the mess from the hurricane stuff. And that basically disappeared. So we did. Well, let me, Caroline, if you want to, if Dolphin's okay with it, then I use something called. Actually, I think it's in the post about this being live tonight. It's called Square, and you could send something there. But let me. If you don't mind, I need to find out how much this is going to cost to mail, and let's see if we really want to do that, or if you want to look that up and see how much that is, and let us know if you still want to do it, because the cost could be more than you can imagine. I don't want to put you in a spot. And then a deer, and this. So Amanda McManus, Caroline, and Caroline again. Well, I do watch a lot. I do tend to know what's going on in the UK, and I think the situation. Scotland seems to be still somewhat stable. Ireland's coming apart at the seams, and the UK itself is evolving. Starmer and all, bad situation there. And basically, we were facing the same thing here in the U.S. We had our own Starmer by the name of Kamala Harris. I don't know how much. Very little did that sway our vote here, but if people were really paying attention to what happened, the before and after of Starmer, they voted against Harris because it was Starmer said one thing, got off as zoomy. It was like 50 billion miles an hour. Taxes, everything went up. Everything, all and the pensioners were all hurt. It's unbelievable how things flip so fast. So if folks were paying attention to that here in the U.S., to those UK elections, you couldn't vote for Harris because we would have seen the same thing probably here. So let's. I'm not a Trump fan, but I don't see what there was. We had no choice there, and I did work on his campaign with a lot of seeing that. Let's see what happens. I'm very interested to see what happens. I love multiple parties. I don't think there should be 2. There should be 5 or 6. So I love that reform is coming around to basically give really a 3rd or 4th or 5th party in the UK. I wish we had that here in the US. But oh well, there's my political side. Well, would you mind looking it up? We're in Florida. Okay, so you need to know we're in Brevard County. Well, if you know Melbourne, Australia, this is Melbourne, Florida. It'd be being mailed from Melbourne to where you are, if you want. Well, let's see. We'll see. Look what's happening with the success that it's not just. It's funny. It's going beyond. It's really getting beyond just what Farage was doing involving reform. Reform is taking off on its own, but then you've got those actually aiding it, like Elon Musk. And then you've got people leaving not only the Tory but also the Social Democrats and moving into reform. That's what we were seeing here as folks were leaving both parties, or even those like we have a fellow named Fetterman here who's a Democrat who's definitely siding more on the Republican side. So these kind of things are happening right now, and it's hopefully that we're getting more toward a moderate mindset, because Trump is actually a moderate. There's all this talk about he's actually moderate to liberal when you really get to his stances about things. A lot of people have no idea. I've been following this guy for decades, so I'm in politics. If you don't know that I don't. That's something separate that I do, but it's something I spent a lot of time on. But yes, he's very actually. When you really get down to things, Trump's pretty liberal about stuff, but you're not supposed to hear that. It's so funny. And Farage, on the other hand, is very conservative. He's been consistently very, very conservative. So there's actually a different. They're not the same. There's too much comparison of those two. They're different. So Farage coming in is going to be much more radical than Trump, if he does, and we'll see what happens. I love seeing multiple parties, so I love seeing competition can be very good. Just go on, just look up your postage where you are and ask how much it would be to mail from where you are to Melbourne, Florida. Or I give my PO box is pretty wide open, which is in Orlando, Florida. If you need a specific, I don't know if I can send you a private message or not. I don't really care. It's wide open. I don't let it's a PO box. I think Dolphin would say don't post it here. Let me see if I can send you a private message with my PO box. You can use that. Mailing from where you are to the PO box will tell us how much it will cost to mail from here to where you are, and then we'll see if it's still. It's probably going to be at least $15. The postage situation. I don't know about Scotland, but here in the U.S. it's crazy expensive. Yes, nine by, so it'd probably be 9 by 12, and the weight's going to be ounces, because it's just, I might put a board in there, so it probably wouldn't be more than 10 and 12, say 12 ounces tops. So if you put 12 ounces in there, that'll give you an idea. It won't be that heavy. I guess Dolphin could take it over to those UPS people and hand it over to them. Well, then that's $10 right there. And then whatever the postage is. It might be more than 10. What you might want to do, Caroline, is tune in a few times. Let me do a number of drawings, and let's see about mailing a whole bunch out. I don't mean right in the next few weeks, but over the next few months. Because frankly, if I'm doing drawings like this and you want them and you're participating here, I'll give them to you. Unless I'm doing something watercolor or something. Yeah, if you want any of these drawings, you can have them. I need to get rid of these. Dolphin, I have a huge pile of this. Well, that's pretty cheap. My Christmas prints are 11 by 14 and cost just about $14 to mail, with the envelope and the cost of the envelope, the cost of postage, the cost of printing, adds up to about $14 each. That's 11 by 14. This is smaller than that. Thank you very much. Well, you can look into that if you want. Let me know. I'll see if I can send you my PO box address. There must be a private thing here somewhere. Or were you on Blue Sky? I tell you, I got involved. When I lost all my Facebook pages, I went and expanded all my and I got on Blue Sky. Was it Blue Sky, or where'd you connect with me, or was it over at Sprout, or was it over on Instagram? I don't remember. Where was it? Oh, how did you contacted me? It wasn't here. It was somewhere else. I'm on all sorts of social media. I got lots of them. Oh, so you did contact me here? Oh, you did that? You sent me the message here that you like my drawings was on YouTube. Okay, okay. I thought it was something else. I thought it was on another. I'm on a half. I'm on about 8, not 10 or so different social media things. I thought it was somewhere else. Yeah, a lot of response on Blue Sky. Really, a lot of likes and a lot of. I'm shocked. Okay, so it was yesterday on YouTube. All right, thank you. You cleared that up. I wasn't sure where it was. All right, let me see if I can send you the P.O. box address. Dolphin didn't say don't put my P.O. box. Maybe I. Okay, let me see if I can send you my P.O. box privately. Okie dokie. Well, all right, I'm going to split the scenery here at Bugsy Beanery. And thank you all for being here. I probably won't do another live till next Saturday as time permits. Really? Okay. Well, then fine. I'll put it here. I'm so public with it. I've had it for 33 years. I'm sorry, 34 years as we enter 2025. Maybe it's been 35. There you go. Yeah, there you go. There's my P.O. box. You can. Well, there I did it anyway. Well, it's pretty public, and I've been very public with that P.O. box for. I have one. I know was mailing things in '93. I'm pretty sure I was doing it in '92. I think I was doing gag cartoons back then, '90, '91. I think it was around then I established the P.O. box. It was around 90. So it's been about 30, 34, 35 years. Funny, I go to the post office there, where that P.O. box is, and they have no idea. They don't care. All right, let me get scooting here because I won't be able to download this and do some of my sped up versions. I do have some more of those to post, by the way. All right, thank you very much for being here. I got to get back to packing too. And I do have some things for you, Dolphin. I do have a few books already too, by the way. Thank you very much for being here. Let me make sure I put that here before I get started. Thank you for being here. So thank you all for being here. I'll hopefully be back next Saturday at 8 p.m. I might come back sometime during the week, but I got a lot of stuff to do. Because Tuesday, Dolphin, I'll see you. We'll get the stuff moved around. Thank you all. And let me know, Caroline, you can send me a message. I think you send me a message here. You can, that Facebook version of YouTube, I do post there. You can also just post it there too in that one of the posts I do, because I'll probably be posting these here in the next week. All right, thank you for being here. I'll see you all later. Have a great week. Take care. Charlie, hello, Charlie. Meow. I miss having kitties. I'll see y'all later. Rob Smith here. Take care. Good night. Good night.